Hi children, good morning everybody. Welcome to our YouTube classes. Dear children, that we are learning through our technology based classes and as well as that we are learning by using the Samveda classes of DD1. Am I right children? Yes. In today's class, let us learn one of the poem called The Little Busy Bee, written by Aesop Wallace. Shall we? Yes. Before going to start the today's poem, children, that I would like to say a few things about Saram Vishveshwaraya. Do you know Saram Vishveshwaraya? Yes. Who is Saram Vishveshwaraya? Very good. He was the Diwan of Mysore and as well as a great engineer of the state. Got it? He is a world famous engineer. If we look at the life history of Saram Vishveshwaraya, my dear children, Saram V was born at Muddenahalli in Kolar district and he worked hard throughout his life, children. We have heard that Saram V was studying under the street lamp, and moreover, when he was studying in the high school, he was giving tuition to the primary school children. In the sense, by working that he was earning, by studying he was earning. In order to fulfill his daily needs, daily educational needs, he was giving the tuition to the smaller children and he was using that money to buy some pencil, books and exercises and notebook. He worked hard to reach or to study engineering, children. Because of his hard work, that he reached the great extent in his life and so many positions have come to him. Okay, in those positions, the Diwan of Mysore was also one among them. And also he worked as a chief engineer at the Bombay government during that period and in Karnataka government also he worked. That too, during the time of Mysore Vadayas, he worked as a chief engineer and built so many and constructed so many bridges and brought so many changes in the society. That is why we still remember Saram Vishveshwaraya. And if we come to the hard work, we give example to many people regarding his hard work. Such a hard-working personality was Saram Vishveshwaraya. And keep in your mind, children, he was very punctual. He was very disciplined. Punctuality was the first importance in his life, children. Punctuality in the sense, time sense. Keep in your mind. He was very disciplined man and he was doing the things and he was working hard every day 24/7 that he was working, children. He was a very hard working personality and he was the best example of hard working personalities in the society, children. You might have surprised why I am introducing you to Saram Vishveshwaraya in this class. Yes, you are right, children. How Saram Vishveshwaraya was dedicated in his hard work and how he was very punctual and how he was disciplined in the same way. Okay, by observing him, there are so many people started to follow Saram Vishveshwaraya in their life. The same way, children, there are some people, there are some insects, there are some animals, they also live a disciplined life and systematic life. The life of those animals, the life of those insects is a example to the human being. In such insect, in such animal, okay, in such a small creature on the earth, the bee is one among them. Keep in your mind, children. The bee is a small insect. In Kannada we say it's a jenula or jenununa. Got it? Though it is a small insect, it preaches the lesson to the society and it gives the philosophy of life to the entire human generation or human being. And how it gives a lesson to the human being and how it works and how it collect or gather the honey. We know that, isn't it? Bee is a small insect and it produces one of the sweetest thing on the earth called the nectar. Have you ever tasted the nectar, children? What is nectar? It is the sweetest thing on the earth, my dear children. It is said that there is no other taste, there is no other sweet is as sweet as honey on the earth. It is one of the real natural taste on the earth which is produced by the honeybee. Got it, children? So, though it is a very small insect, it gives the extraordinary thing to the society or to the human being. And how does it work? It works very hard, children. That hard-working nature, that hard-working style of honeybee was beautifully picturized, written by our poet called Isaac Watts. Got it, children? Shall we learn this poem in this class, children? Okay. Yes. Then all of you open your textbook, page number 31, children. Got it? So, in that paragraph that we have some questions also, some pre-reading questions also. Yes, you read those pre-reading questions and write your answer in the notebook. Okay? Yes. Then let us go to the poem, children. Before going to start the poem, let us see about Isaac Watts. Okay? Have you opened, children? Yes, open your textbook, page number 31 there. See, Isaac Watts was born on July 17, 1674 and died on November 25, 1748. He had mastered in Latin, Greek, Hebrew and French. He is a multi-talented poet, children. He is a multi-talented personality and he knew many languages. So what is Latin here? It's a language. Greek is also language. Hebrew and French. Okay, these are all the languages. What does it show? He knew many foreign languages. Okay, so and the first hymn book composed by him for children was Hore Lyric. Okay, this is the first hymn. Hymn in the sense the prayer book. Okay, which we pray to the God now. That is, it was written by him, children. His popular hymns are, "O God, our help in ages past." Okay. Yes, hymns in the sense, I hope that you have got an idea of what is hymn. H-Y-M, children. Look at that. H-Y-M, hymn. What is hymn there? Yes, you are right. We come across this particular word in the first lesson. Okay, prayer. Okay. In the same way, in our Sanskrit and in our religion also, that we see some slokas, okay, some prayer. Got it? ದೇವರನ್ನ ಸ್ತುತಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹಾಡುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ವಾ. In the same way, here the hymn that he has published, O God, and our help in ages past, and also the plasm of David. These are all, and apart from these, that Jesus shall regain. These are all the publications of Isaac Watt, and in all these publications that he has written the prayers about the God. And this present poem is written on B. The bee is always busy, and it builds in very skillfully and stores sweet honey in it. Like the bee, we too must be very busy and always do useful work. So that is what that he is going to describe in this class. Okay, just a minute. Yes. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. Anyhow, shall we start the poem, children? Yes. First, I will go through the lesson, my dear children. You follow. First, I will go through the poem. You follow in your textbook, and if you come across any new words, that I will say you the meaning of those new words, children. Okay? Yes. Look at that. How does the little busy bee improve each shining hour and gather honey all the day from every opening flower? I repeat again. How does the little busy bee improve each shining hour and gather honey all the day from every opening flower? How skillfully she builds her wax, how neatly she spreads her. How skillfully she builds her cell, how neatly she spreads her wax, and labors on to store it well with the sweet food that she makes. In work of labor or of skill, I would be busy too, for Satan finds some mischief still for idle hands to do. In books or work or healthful play, let my first years be passed, that I may give for every day some good account at last. Yes. Look at the poem, children. In this poem, the poet is trying to describe the hard-working nature of the honeybee, and as well as the poet's attitude and poet's opinion after listening the honey's hard work. What a change. The poet is trying to describe the two things here. In the first two paragraphs, the poet is trying to describe how the honeybee works. And in the second two paragraphs, he is giving us a message that how should be the human being. Got it? Yes. Let's go through the poem, children, silently for the 2 minutes. And when you see this poem, children, that we may come across some new words here. See that I have written some new words on the board. Apart from this, there are some other new words also. Let us see the meaning of these new words first. See, look at the word that thing. How does the little busy bee? Look at it. How does the little busy bee? Got it? The word that thou, thee. These are all the words that we come across in the previous classes now. In the same way, the word that was using has, does we use now. Got it? So, what do you mean by does here? Sorry, that here? Does. Okay. Then, let us see another word is there. Improve. Children, what do you mean by improve? Yes, you are right. Make good use of. Here. Okay. Here, it means make good use of. Then, shiny. We know the word, meaning of the word shiny. What do you mean by shiny? Yes, bright or twinkling or yes, focusing, beaming, like that. Okay. Next, gather. What do you mean by gather? Yes, we're right. When the morning bell ring in the school that we gather now. Yes, we assemble now. Yes, the same way. Gather here, okay, it means collect. Got it? Another meaning of gather is collect. Okay, we gather money, we gather food, we gather, okay, some things while we are working now. Yes, you are right. Then, skillful. Skillful in the sense, very talented. Very, okay, clever. Alright. Then, sell. Look at the word sell here. What do you mean by sell? Yes. Sell in the sense here, a small compartment in the heave. What is heave here? Very good. Okay, heave ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜೇನಿನ ಹುಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, that is. Okay, small boxes in the heave. ಹುಟ್ಟು heave ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜೇನು ಏನಂತೀರ ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ? ಜೇನು ಕಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಒಳಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜೇನುತುಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗೋ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀರ? ಹುಟ್ಟು ಅಂತೀರಲ್ವಾ? ಎಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಜೇನಿನ ಹುಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಓಕೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಏನಿರುತ್ತೋ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಸೊ another word is there, another cell is there. S-E-L-L. Am I right? What do you mean by cell, children? Yes, you are right. Cell ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರುವುದು. So C-E-L-L cell, S-E-L-L cell. These two will become very good. What these two will become, children? You are right. These two will become homophones. Okay, right down. These two are homophones. C-E-L-L cell in the sense small compartment or a small box in the heap. S-E-L-L cell ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡುವುದು. ಅಲ್ವಾ? Yes. And another cell is also there. Same cell. Okay. Let it be. These two are homophones now. So, I will write the cell, use the cell again. Cell phone. ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ? Yes. Cell phone. Cell phone ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೋಶ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಕೋಶ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಲುಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್, ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋಶ ಅಥವಾ ಫೋನ್. ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ heap. Got it? Let's come to these two words now. We understood the homophones of C-E-L-L, S-E-L-L children. These are all homophones now. Yes. Here, these two are homophones. Now I am talking about these two children. C-E-L-L and C-E-L-L. Same spelling, same pronunciation, but meanings are different. Got it? What do you call for these type of words, children? Very good. Homographs. Okay, homographs. Keep it in mind. See, in these type of words that we have three types here. That is homophones, homonyms, and homographs. Look here. Look here. Homophones, homonyms, and homographs. What is homonyms? Homonyms are the words which has the same pronunciation and different in meaning and different in spellings. Okay. Homographs are the words which have same spelling, same pronunciation, different in meaning. Then what is homonyms? Homonyms are same spelling. Look here children, don't get confused. Homonyms are same spelling but different in pronunciation and different in meaning. How it comes? For example, see here, L-I-V-E. What is this? Leave. And we use the word L-I-V-E, leave, as live. What is it? So, look here. L-I-V-E, live. So, leave, L-I-V-E, live. Same spellings. Pronunciation is changed and meanings are also changed. These are called homonyms. What is it? So, I will deal these things again in another class. Now, let's come to the poem The Little Busy Bee. Got it, children? What do you mean by cell? Cell here, the cell is a small compartment in a heap. And then idle, doing nothing. In Kannada we say sombari athwa somberi. Antellalva? Yes. Okay, shall I have this children? Okay. Yes. Let's come to the poem now. Read the poem. And who is the poet talking about in the poem? Yes. Who is the poet is talking about in this poem? Yes, you are right. He is talking about the bee. The title itself tells us, signifies us, and shows us the bee is a busy creature. Am I right? Busy bee. What does the poet say to the bee here? Very good. He says it's a busy bee. And look at it. The little busy bee, though it is a very small creature, it always busy, it always works hard. Okay, busy in the sense? Okay. Hard working inside. Alright? Yes. And how does the bee collect the nectar from the flowers? From where does it collect the honey? Yes, you are right. Yes, usually the bees fly from one flower to another and try to grab the sweet thing on the flower and store in their mouth. Again, they go back to their cave and stores there and come back again. Got it? So, this is the routine work of the bee. The queen bee, okay, stores and does this type of hard work, children. Got it? And the other bees also there are what do you say? The king bee is also there, and drones are also there. The drone is another species of the bee which is in that group, children. They used to protect the bee hive always. But the queen bee, she collects the nectar from the different flowers. Okay? Yes. And how does the bee builds a cell? See, cell in the sense? Okay. Have you seen the cell, children? Yes. How does the bee build the cell, children? Very good. That is, they spread the wax, just like what do you say, the gum or a sticky material. ಬೀಸ್ ಜೇನು ಹುಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಯಾರು? ಜೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರು? ಜೇನು ಹುಳಗಳು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಓಕೆ. Yes. Let's go to the first stanza. Yes, in this stanza that you will come across the answer for these questions what now I have asked. Who is the poet speaking about? And where does she sit on flower? Where does she sit on flower? Usually we know that, okay, bee sits on the flower to collect the honey. Good. How does the little busy bee improve each shining hour and gather honey all the day from every opening flower? Look at the first stanza there, children. The poet says the bee is a busy creature, busy insect, and it improves each shining hour. She works hard each shining hour, in the sense she works all the day. Okay, especially in the sunny weather, in the sunlight, she is so active and works hard. And what does she do? What does it do? And gather honey all the day from every opening flower. Got it? Why does the bee sit on the flower, children? Very good. Gather. Look at the word gather. What do you mean by gather? Yes, you are right. Gather in the sense collect. Why does the bee sit on the flower, children? Very good. She sits on the flower to grab or collect the honey from every flower. That too, if it is sunshine, if it is day, if it is the bright day, she will be very happy. She is very happy to work. Got it? Sometimes she goes in a group, sometimes she go individually and sits on the flower and she suck ಮಕರಂದವನ್ನು ಹೀರ್ತಾಳೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಜೇನುನೊಣ ಹೂವಿನ ಮೇಲ್ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ದ ಸ್ವೀಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸ್ವೀಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ honey, children. No bakeries can produce this much of natural taste on the earth, children. That tasteful thing is produced, is sucked or collected by the bee in the daytime. Got it? Look at that. How does the little busy bee? She's okay. What does she do? She goes to the flower, from one flower to another, and collect the honey and come back to her. He store it. Again she goes back like this. Okay. A small creature, a small insect, it collects more than 2-3 liters of honey in its heat, and that is one of the bestest thing on the earth, children. Okay, have you understood the first paragraph, children? Okay, in the first paragraph, yes, they may ask like this, children. Why does bee sits on the flower? The bee sits on the flower to collect the or to gather the honey from it. Got it? Okay. How busy that she is. How busy the bee is. She is always busy and on every sunshine. Okay, she like to work in the brightness, that too in the sunshine. What did you know? Have you understood the first paragraph? Shall we go on to the second one? Yes. How skillfully she builds her cell, how neatly she spreads her wax, and labors hard to store it well with the sweet food that she makes. She had a skill to build that house, children. Usually that we builds the house from ground to towards the sky, but whereas the honeybee or the bee, she builds the house from top to bottom. She reverse, and keep in your mind, children, Some some hives are very bigger. They consist more than 10-15 liters of honey. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಹೆಜ್ಜೇನು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಗುಡ್. It contains more than 10-15-20 liters of honey, children. Okay, though it has that much of weight and that much of honey in its eve, it do not fall down. Why? She builds the house skillfully, and moreover, though it is a liquid item, children, it cannot drop from its heaves or the cells. She used the wax, glue, or the gum to build that home. Got it? Look at that. It's a skill. It's not possible for everyone to build like this, children. God has gifted them such type of qualities to those insects. That is why they are using that skill and building their house. How skillfully she builds her cell. How neatly she spreads her wax. She builds her house with a skill and using the wax. Okay. She had a special skill. It had a special skill and special talent to build their house, and they use wax while building their cells. And laborious art to store it well. She works hard. Laborious in the sense, yes, she do the hard work to store it well, to protect it well, and to store the honey inside the cells. She works hard, and she stores inside that cell with a sweet food that she makes. What is the sweet food here? Yes, that is honey or the nectar. I said na, children. Honey is one of the sweetest thing. We should be grateful to bee, children. This is the speciality of God, that He has created this type of insect to produce one of the greatest things on the earth, my dear children. See, we have the sweets in bakery. Okay, that is artificial sweet. This is the real natural taste of the nature. Okay, and she works hard to store it well. Then, in work of labor or of skill, I would be busy too. See, in the first two paragraphs, the poet describes the hard-working nature of the busy bee. Okay, so it works hard and it works 24/7, and though it is very small creature, it produces one of the sweetest things on the earth by its hard work. In work of labor or of skill, I would be busy too. Now, okay, the poet is talking about himself and he is giving indirect message to the human being. We should also work like the small insect called honeybee. He says, in work of labor or skill, I would be busy too. I also like to work like a bee. And because for Satan finds some mischief, for Satan, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಾನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೈತಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಸೈತಾನ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಂದಿ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ದೆವ್ವ. Got it? For Satan finds some mischief, still for idle hands to do. We the human beings also should do the hard work like the bee. If we sit idle, if we sit simply, we will become lazy. Got it? Nobody will respect the lazy people. Nobody will respect the people who do not do anything. Got it? Okay, nobody will respect. See, for Satan finds some mischief still for idle hands to do. ಒಂಥರ ದೇವುಗಳ ತರ find some mischief. Mischief ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಕ್ಕಳ? Yes? Yes, and I have not written the word mischief here. The word mischief tells us injure, damage. Okay, or injure or damage. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ mischief ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಟಾಟ. Got it? Like that. So, Satan finds some mischief still idle hands to do. Okay, we will become lazy if we don't do the hard work. We will become ದೆವ್ವಗಳು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ದಲೆ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾವ ಹಂಗೆ ಏನೇನೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಏನೇನೋ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾವೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟಾನ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಅರೈಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ವಿ keep doing nothing. If we are busy, we will do some great thing great thing or great thing to the society or for ourselves. If we sit idle, if we keep on doing nothing in our life, we will become lazy and we will become worse than the wicked creatures or the which are the devils. That is why some people have said, idle mind is a devil's workshop. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮೆದುಳು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಏನಿದಾನೋ ಅವನ ಮೆದುಳು ಅವನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೆವ್ವಗಳು ವಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸಮ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ will always think about the bad because they don't have anything to work. If we are busy in our work, if we keep on doing the work, we never think about the bad habits and those things will never come to our mind. Am I right, children? That is what the poet is suggesting here. Don't sit like a idle people, do the hard work and be busy like the bee. So this is the message the poet is giving us to through the life of bee. And in books or work or elseful play, let my first years be past. Look at the imagination. Look at the way that he is describing our childhood, children. The poet is describing our childhood in these two lines here. Look at that. In books of work or elseful play, let my first years be past. Here, the first years in the sense, the childhood life. In our childhood life, what we have done? That we used to work, we used to play with our friends, we used to, write and we used to study in the schools now. That is, in our childhood, that we have spent our days in reading and working and playing. In that way that we have passed our childhood. In a sense, thus we spent our childhood by doing these things. That I may give for every day some good account at last. We the human being have the span of 60-70 years children. Our initial days, that too from 0 to 15-20 years will be go by studying or playing. In a childhood it will be go by children. Then we have to work hard. Got it? Am I right, sir? If we fail to work or if we fail to earn after 20 or 20 plus, that's everyone will laugh at us and we will become the laughing stock and we don't get respect in the society. Got it? So that is what the poet is telling here, children. That I may give for every day some good account at last. Yes, as a human being that we have taken our birth in the society, that we have spent our early days by doing, by reading and playing and playing with the friends. But after that, we have to do the hard work. We should not be lazy. We should try to do the hard work and be a successful person in the society. What is it? Even the small creature like bee is doing the hard work. Can't we? We should. What is it? Like this, the poet has beautifully described the life of the bee, and as well as he is giving the message to us, to the human being, with the help of this creature. Got it, children? Yes. I hope that you have understood this poem, and keep in your mind, children, as in page number 33, there are some questions in C1 and C2 and C3. As write those question answers in your homework book and show it to me in the tomorrow's class. Okay, so we stop here. Okay, thank you.